If you intend writing, mixing and producing songs that have vocals, you'll need a microphone as part of your home recording studio. When it comes to microphones, I can't stress the importance of this vital piece of equipment strongly enough. I know monitors are critical, so is a high quality audio interface, but a studio grade microphone should be a high priority for your home recording studio. The thing is, unlike MIDI keyboard controllers, computers and other high-tech equipment, monitors and microphone technology doesn't actually change very often. There are loads of professional recording studios all over the world that have been using the same mics and studio monitors for 30 or 40 years, and even longer. So when it comes to buying a microphone, it really could be a once-in-a-lifetime buy. So why buy a budget mic when you're going to have to live with it for many years to come? Especially when the quality between a cheap mic and an expensive one is often huge. There are many makes and models of microphones on the market these days. The budget ones are often cheap and nasty affairs which should be avoided. Then there are the mid-range models. All have their own unique characteristics, some good and some not so good. You should treat purchasing a microphone like a relationship because you're probably going to be married to it for many years to come. So you really do need to choose a high quality studio grade microphone from the off. For me, it's the Neumann U87 Ai every time. Some of you might have heard of it, and if you have, then you're probably letting out a little whistle because you'll know that a Neumann U87 cost around £2,000 to buy new. But you'll also know why they cost that amount. Each and every U87 is handmade in Germany to the very highest standards and tolerances. Practically every professional recording studio in the world will have a Neumann U87 in its arsenal. Here in the UK, most of the top recording studios and radio station DJs use them. The BBC have loads of them in their studios, and for good reason. The U87 first came out back in 1967, and it's hardly changed in all that time. More recently, the U87i became the U87 Ai, where the circuitry increases the operational headroom by supplying the bias voltages for the capsules through reduced resistance, which results in a high sensitivity and an improved signal-to-noise ratio. The Neumann U87 is unique in that they're assembled by hand in a clean room so no dust particles can get caught in the capsule. They also have a gold-plated large diaphragm which makes it more sensitive, giving superb and accurate reproduction of the audio. It also has lots of polar patterns that makes it very flexible in studio environments. The sound characteristics of the U87 speak for themselves. Literally, the chances are if you've ever listened to any of the DJs on the main BBC radio stations, you've probably heard a Neumann U87 microphone. In fact, I've heard of some singers saying that once they'd sung into U87, they don't want to sing into anything else again. Simply put, there's no substitute for this microphone, and I'd recommend doing whatever it takes to buy one. It's an investment you'll have to make only once, and the U87 will last you a lifetime, and they don't come much better than this. You'll also need a pop shield to use with your mic. This small, relatively inexpensive accessory acts as an anti-pop noise protection filter for your microphone. Every recording studio in the world uses one to eliminate the popping sounds that are caused by the mechanical impact of fast-moving air that hits the microphone while the vocalist is singing. But it also protects the mic from moisture, which can cause mold growth and potentially cause damage to it over time. Essentially, the pop shield is made up of one or more layers of acoustically semi-transparent material which is stretched over a circular frame, which in turn is attached to a flexible gooseneck with a clamp at the end that attaches to your mic stand so that the filter is positioned in front of your mic to prevent the popping sounds that occur during the pronunciation of aspirated plosives, such as words beginning with P and B. The pop shield will attenuate the energy of the plosive, which could otherwise exceed the input capacity of your mic, causing it to clip and distort the sound. Some pop shields are made of a metal mesh screen, like the one I'm using, which is a Steadman ProScreen XL. This metal screen is great because it won't perish over time, and you can even wash it once in a while. You can buy cheap nasty pop shields over the internet for around £10, but I wouldn't bother with them as the acoustic material they use just isn't up to scratch, and it could even degrade the sound. Two of the better pop screens are the Steadman ProScreen XL and the Polyton Super Screen, The Pauly Super Screen is pretty pricey at around £150, while the Steadman Pro Screen XL cost around £60. Also, Neumann makes one for around £60.